The sieve is on the ground. Morning everyone, welcome back to the farm. Okay guys, I'll give you all a bit of an update on what's going on here with the 9770. So yesterday the dealer came out. Honestly, I don't know what I said last video about how I was feeling about all of this, or whether I'll even put it in the video, but the dealer's been pretty great to us so far, and so they should be really. But they came out yesterday, they got organised, they even had the parts in stock here. So they're going to do these two swing arms here for the chaffer on this side and the other side. But what they found yesterday, and what I saw as well, is, well, this bolt here has pushed back that way and is rubbing on the chaffer frame. Now it started to wear into the frame, and the mechanic said that he's worried about that being thinned out, and that being where the chaffer frame is driven from, and he's worried that that may cause a premature failure of that chaffer frame, and he said it'd be best to replace it. It's all being done under warranty, or like parts warranty. So it should, but it sounds like, well, basically this thing's going in for a colonoscopy today. So they're going to pull the straw chopper off the back, they're going to pull that chaffer frame out, they're going to replace that the side panels or the side sheets on that chaffer frame where the bolt's been rubbing, and then they're going to put some new swing arms on, they're going to replace a few bolts around the place, and then retime everything, and hopefully, or retime most of it, and hopefully after that it's going to be a good thing. So this morning I'm just getting it organised. Me and Dad are going to run it in there. They didn't have the parts for the chaffer in stock, but they had them over there at their Cummins branch, so they got someone to head off at sunrise this morning, and they got someone from Cummins coming halfway, and they're meeting halfway and doing a swap over. So they have been pretty good to us. They're standing by their work. They're trying to get it sorted out for us. So unfortunately, we're going to lose a couple of days. You know, that's having those swing arms replaced costs like $9,000 or $10,000, and really that's the cheap part at the moment, because we don't have a header that's working, and we got crop out there that needs to be harvested. And when you got crop out there that needs to be harvested, you're only one day away from another weather event that can potentially wipe out a whole heap of yield. So anyway, hopefully we can have it back tonight. Already done myself a mischief this morning, smashed my finger. So yeah, we're just dropping this into their Jamestown branch here, because like I said, they're going to have to get the straw chopper off and get right into the back end of this machine, so they might as well have it in here. We're only about 3 kilometres away anyway, so just as easy to run it in here for them. Keyway. You make sure you leave that up there on the toolbox, please. Right, I'll jump in there quickly. What's your noggin?
Can I come in, Daddy?
You can come in here if you want.
Picking up the balloon. Oh, it's diving. Can't wait, it's diving, Daddy.
We're just going to go for a drive around the yard and see what it does. Hopefully it'll keep running and it won't lose a gear again. You're very sweaty.
Yeah.
Oh, it is 40 degrees out there today, so I'm not surprised.
What is it doing?
We're just making sure it's going to keep going in and out of gear. Well, what else do you do when you got no header? You fix other things, I guess. So I did throw a brand new neutral start switch into this tractor, and since I've done that, it will start every single time. But every time I've gone to go put it into gear, it'll still beep at me once or twice, and then it will select a gear. So I don't trust the thing as far as I can throw it at the moment. But we have made some sort of an improvement there. So what I'm actually doing now, we've had trouble with this thing sucking the fuel filter dry, and they apparently have a little tiny electric pump on there for the fuel system. So I've got a new fuel pump in there, in the ute. I'm gonna throw that into the tractor now. That'll get one thing fixed. It's also a couple of hours overdue for an oil change, so we'll at least get an oil and filter thrown on it while we're here as well. And in other news, I did just get a phone call. It's Friday afternoon now, 2 o'clock in the afternoon to be precise. So they're done with the 9770 in there, so we can get that and hopefully get back into harvest tomorrow. Today it is 40 degrees and it has been blowing its absolute guts out from the northwest. So we wouldn't have got much harvesting done today anyway, because it's a total fire ban. So if you're not from Australia, when it's too hot and windy, we don't harvest. We can't harvest. We don't want to start a fire. If we started a fire out here, Jamestown's 3 kilometres that way, we don't want to burn the damn town down. So we try to be as responsible as we can. But what is happening at the moment is, this is canola, just here. This is in the shed. Well, the canola is about 400 metres that way, 300 metres that way. So this is why I wanted to have my canola harvested over the last few days, and we've had no header. We've had no machine to do it. So I'm sure there's a bit of this stuff all over the place now. So the expensive part about all of this is not the 10 grand I spent on the repair initially. It's been the last 3 days that we've lost. And yeah, there's not much you can do about it. It's very frustrating, very annoying. But we're back in action tomorrow, so we need to get to it. Right, so I got my new fuel pump here. Now, I thought I had the wrong part here supplied again, but I've done a little bit of investigation, and I got the floor mat up in the inside of the tractor and this little plate off the floor. And down in here, you got your fuel gauge sender unit. So that has to come all the way out. That'll be nice and long, go to the bottom. Like, so that'll be quite long when I pull it out, and it'll go to the bottom of the tank. And right down the bottom of that, we've got a little tiny fuel pump that lives right down there in the fuel. So we'll have to pull that sucker all the way out of there to get that replaced, and then hopefully that'll be a good thing after that. But in the meantime, we're gonna go pick up the 9770 and get that to where it needs to be for tomorrow morning. You ready to go?
Swap units because the air conditioner, this one's not working properly.
Ah, rightio, okay. Will she hold together now? Tomorrow we shall find out. Forward 6 inches. Yep. Guys, you are never going to believe our luck. We have just moved the header 10 k's to the north, and I'm going to show you something in a second that'll blow you away. That is what you call straight up unlucky, ladies and gentlemen. A Draper motor leaking oil while it's been sitting on the trailer. How bad it is, I don't know, but we don't want to take this 10 k's north and just have it pouring out oil when we run it. So we're going to bring the header back and we're going to reap canola instead.
So that I could squirt it without having to get out. Water going everywhere. And then they left and I went, still alive.
Oh. This is just unbelievable, guys. You really can't make this stuff up. But on the bright side, at least we got something to go on and harvest, so silver lining. Alright, the machine's back here now. We're just gonna have to connect up to that pickup front in the morning and yeah, and then out into the paddock basically and have a crack and set things up. But I think for the rest of the afternoon, I'm just gonna get the oil changed on that loader quickly and get that fuel pump sorted out, because just been putting it off, and well, I've got an hour or two free now, so I might as well get it done. Wow, that was a pain in the neck to get out, that was.
Not for the life of me understand why they would put a fuel pump tank.
Well, they do it in cars, but it's not a very heavy duty pump either. Like
No.
it's Well guys, it is harvest time and nothing really wants to run. Everything's breaking down at the same time. It is what it is. We just got to keep trucking on, keep doing our best, and things will work out for the best. Seems like a bit of a silly design. It literally just sits on there. Now comes for the fun part. Trying to get this all lined back up. Gonna float down in there. This is a silly idea, John Deere. That almost rhymed, I think. I think that's it. I think it's home. Go down in there. Be interesting to see if the fuel gauge works now. After I've had my dirty little ticklers in here. At least this will be one problem fixed on this damn loader. Probably not the problem that we need fixed at the moment, but nevertheless, it's something. Oh yeah, she is working. Can you hear that? Beautiful, lovely. See, it just doesn't want to select a gear straight away. It'll often do that. Sometimes it'll do it 3 or 4 times, but at least it's trying to select a gear before it wouldn't even start. So hopefully now the thing will start, it won't starve of fuel, and the oil will be fresh and changed, so it won't be running on overdue oil. So that'll be a bit of a job off the list until I get a bit more time to come back here and finish it off. I'm just moving it around to the other side of the shed here a bit, just so I can get to the oil pump. At least this thing might be usable for some jobs around the yard. You know, we won't go too far with it, but it'll get us out of trouble for the meantime. And you know, I've said before, this thing gets used like every day, so it'll be nice to at least have it semi-usable. Yes, I absolutely love it, don't I? You guys know an interesting story. Dad was saying before that his aircon wasn't working properly, so we swapped utes. Now, I think it was the year 2000 or 2001, that was probably 2 of our best years ever on the farm, and Dad bought 2 new utes and a new 4-wheel drive for the family. And he bought the utes, the farm utes, without air conditioner because, well, he didn't like hopping in and out of the air conditioner all day, every day. It was too hard going from the cold to the warm all the time. Well now, the second his aircon stops working, he's got to get the other ute out the shed. I know, I thought he was crazy back then too, and I still think he was crazy for doing that. Alright guys, so recapping. The header is ready to go. They've done the chaffer swing arms and they've had the chaffer frame out, which is the top sieve basically. done some stuff in there, put it back together, timed it all again. Hopefully it's a good thing, but we'll see if it'll run without destroying the sieve swing arms now. I'm not kidding either. Anyway, that just needs the pickup front thrown on in the morning, and then we're about ready to go try canola. The loader has had a new neutral start switch put in it. It now starts and it will select a gear, which is great, and stay in gear. We fixed the fuel problem with it sucking the filter dry, and it's got some fresh oil, and I did the fuel filter on it a couple of weeks ago when it first sucked the fuel filter dry. So that should get us out of trouble for a while. Hopefully that'll keep running and it can do a few yard jobs. And that leads me to the draper front. We have a lovely oil leak coming from this drive motor here for the draper belts. It has just decided to let go while it's been sitting there on the trailer, and we've got a fairly nice little puddle of oil there. So we're gonna have to try and see whether we can get a seal kit for this. I'm pretty sure you can, but I don't know. And then, yeah, maybe we need to just get a new motor for it anyway. So we have one there if we try and reseal it if something goes wrong. And I know this roller here is no good, this drive roller, the rubber's starting to come off it. So if we're pulling it apart, we might as well put a new roller on it while we're in there. But I'm thinking I might get up early in the morning tomorrow and start just stripping this apart and just seeing how easy it comes apart. Because if it's going to fight me like the other side did, if you've been watching here for a while, I'm going to end up cutting that roller off anyway, and I will need a new one. So anyway, folks, I'm absolutely spent. It's been 40 degrees here today. I've been sweating all day. I'm hungry, tired, going to call it a day. Thanks for watching the videos, everyone. We really do appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, just consider liking and subscribing. That helps us out. You guys have yourselves a good one, and until next time, see ya.